Hey everybody. Okay, I want to talk about self-respect. So if you don't know me and you don't know who I am, my name is Katie. I'm a health coach, I'm a life coach, and my big mission is really to help you learn to love yourself. And I know that can sound kind of cheesy, but I mean really, truly, deep down, love yourself, honor yourself for who you are. That encompasses accepting your body, that encompasses treating yourself well and taking care of your health and your well-being, right? Like it encompasses so much. So today specifically, I want to talk about self-respect. I think it's pretty obvious to most people that when we're talking about self-love, self-respect is a big deal. Like it is without a doubt part of the equation. You cannot say that you love yourself if you don't respect yourself, right? Like they kind of go together. They have to. So I want to talk about 3 practical ways that you can practice self-respect. Now, if you're watching, whether you're live, whether you're on the replay, if you are called to, I would love to hear from you. What does self-respect mean to you? Because we all have our own definition. And for me, my personal definition, the definition that I like to use with clients, is really self-respect just means honoring yourself. Honoring who you are. It means saying nice things. It means being nice. Don't be a bully. Like, don't be a jerk, basically, right? Like, allow yourself to be and honor who you are. And this can look like a whole bunch of different things. So today I want to touch on 3 practical ways. So let's dive in. Number 1, check your inner voice. Are you being a bully? Are you saying mean things to yourself? Is there a lot of back chat happening in your head? A lot of opinions happening in there. Are you being mean? Are you insulting yourself? And I'm not necessarily talking about things you say out loud, but in your head, standing in front of a mirror, looking at yourself. Check your inner voice. Does it need some attention? Does it need some work? I would bet if you're watching this, the answer is probably yes to some extent. So when we're looking at changing our inner voice, or checking our inner voice, I should say, a really great place to start is just noticing. Just notice. Become an observer. And notice with curiosity. Do your best to not be judgmental, because then you are being judgmental about being judgmental. Right? So it's not actually helping the situation. It is in fact continuing it. So if instead you can just step back and be an observer and get curious about it. Curious about, I wonder where that thought came from. Curious about, I wonder when I started talking to myself this way. Really just become curious. And once we become really mindful of this in a curious sort of way, then we can start putting steps in place to actually transforming that dialogue. Okay? But practically, first step, observe with curiosity. Step number 2 to practice self-respect is take physical actions that are respectful. And what the heck does that mean? This means like practical day-to-day taking care of your physical health. So this encompasses things like drinking enough water and making sure that your body is hydrated, that is respecting its needs. Same with eating nutritious food, that is respecting your body's need for sustenance, for nourishment. This also includes things like self-care, like getting enough sleep, like reducing the toxins that you're exposing yourself to. Right, so all of these things encompass self-respect. You're respecting your body, you're respecting your body's wants and your body's needs, okay? So I would really encourage you to, again, check on that. Where in that area, food, hydration, sleep, self-care, exposure to toxins, where can you start making small changes? Where can you begin to incorporate different things into your life, right? Whether it's cutting certain things out, maybe something like reducing your alcohol intake, maybe reducing your coffee intake, maybe increasing your sleep every night. Like, what small changes can you begin to incorporate to help? And it's not about changing everything at once. It's about beginning with one thing, one step. So step number 1 was check your inner voice. Number 2 was take actions, like physical actions every day that are respectful to your body's wants and needs. And then number 3, and this is a really big one, is honor all of your feelings, all of them, all of them. We are taught, generally we, like the big we in society, we are taught that some things are good and some things are bad. That you should feel this and you shouldn't feel this. That you, especially for women, so much of the time, don't feel angry. Anger is a bad emotion. Don't feel anger. Push it away. Push it away, right? Just, you hear a lot. Release it. Release your anger. You know what? Screw that. Feel your anger, honor that emotion. Understand that all of your emotions, guilt, shame, frustration, anger, sadness, fear, all of them have a positive intention for you in some capacity. You don't necessarily even have to understand what the heck that is, but just understanding that all of your emotions have a positive intention for you and that it's really important to honor them. So what the heck does that look like? Feel it. Feel whatever you're feeling and allow yourself to feel it before you let it pass, before you step forward. Because if you feel, let's just take anger because it's a common one, if you're feeling that and somewhere inside you're saying, oh, this is a bad emotion, oh, I shouldn't be feeling this, you either suppress it, right? So you push it down inside, you pack it down, or you just release it, which is a form of suppressing it. Just send it off. It's gone. I don't want to feel it. But that's not how our emotions work, okay? And when you don't allow yourself to feel what you're feeling, you're actually really disrespecting yourself and disrespecting your emotions, your emotional intelligence, your mental health. So by honoring and allowing yourself to feel all of your feelings, you really are respecting yourself. So again, just to repeat, 3 practical ways that you can practice self-respect. Number 1, check your inner voice. Does it need a bit of a tune-up? Number 2, take actions every day that are respectful of your body's wants and needs. Hydration, food, sleep, self-care, all these things, right? Like, it's a pretty big thing. And then number 3 is honor all of your feelings, all of them. All of them. And just allow yourself to feel them. And by doing these things, seriously, not even kidding, if you did nothing else but you did these 3 things, you became an observer, you started to listen, you allowed yourself to feel, you started prioritizing and caring for yourself, your physical health every single day. If you just did these things, this would be a massive change in your life, like absolutely massive. And you don't have to do them all at once. But I would really encourage you to find one step that feels the most important to you right now. Of the 3 steps I've given you, pick one, and then within that step, find your first step. How can you start? Where will you begin? What feels like the best place for you to start respecting yourself? And then I would encourage you to begin. And, if you feel like sharing, if you're called to share, you are, of course, always welcome to do so. If you want support with this, if you have questions, if you're not really sure, if you don't really understand, comment on the video or send me a message, of course, always. That's kind of what I'm here for. So I would really encourage you, pick one, get started. If you feel called to share with us. If you have questions and you want to talk one-on-one, of course, reach out. And here's to self-respect, because without self-respect, where would we be? Self-respect is such an integral part of self-love, and with self-love comes so many incredible, beautiful, beautiful things. So, I really just want to leave you with that today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Have a beautiful week, and I'll see you guys next time.